You can take absolutely every physical thing and transform it into something completely different. I've always had this fascination with the idea of the endless possibilities of transforming one thing into another. And that is why jewelry making has been one of the most influential things that's hobby-wise. And it's something that opened up the creative side of my mind a lot more and has been enabling me to work with my hands. Today I would like to show you two of my latest projects that I've worked on. The first thing that I've made is this necklace, and what I used to make the necklace with was just an average chain that you can get at the store from just a chain necklace. And what I have connecting bullets right here, which are 22s, some 9mm, and a large 22-250 right in the middle. And what's connecting them is a copper wire, which is very malleable, so it's pretty easy to work with, and it also maintains the shape, you see. The second thing that I have made is a ring out of wood. And I found this one really interesting because this is the first wood project that I've ever done. And so I thought it was really cool that you can just kind of take one little block of wood and transform it into something like this. And both these projects are kind of interesting because you take more of something and you make less, you turn it into less, but it's something very interesting. But for this, you take a bunch of little, I guess you can call them less things, and you put them together to make more. So in this case, it's a bunch of simple things to put together to make something a little bit more complicated. And I originally wasn't really I originally was not this in depth on making jewelry. It all started a long time ago when I was, probably around 10. And I started experimenting with copper wire, and it was actually this roll of copper wire I started messing around with. And I would just take any little piece of, I'd take the wire, I'd bend them in every which way and try and make something cool out of it. And eventually I came up with making a candle holder, which isn't terribly exciting, but is step one on my long journey of making things. And I just found this really just a helpful tool just to kind of help me relax when there's like stressors at work or stressors at home. And I've made them this way because I made them so that they look fairly rustic, and the thing I like about rustic, in my opinion, is that it ages very gracefully, and so you can wear them to pretty much any occasion and it would look really good. And one thing I really like doing, although I do like making this kind of stuff for myself, I absolutely love making this for friends and family. Because whether it's they're having a bad day, they need some uplifting, whether it's Mother's Day or Father's Day, there's always a special time. It's always a special time to give them something from the heart. And so, just something as simple as this, or as simple as this, would go a long way. And I've always loved making them happy. And I was also hoping I could be a little bit of an inspiration to them. Now, whether it be an inspiration in maybe possibly doing something like this, or it could be an inspiration just an inspiration for something they didn't think they'd be inspired to do in the first place. And it's also another way, it's also interesting they could have a conversation piece. They can have something fairly unique and different and original that nobody else could have. Now, as far as the future, I'm not really sure where, for job-wise, I don't think this would be a terribly good job to have, because it doesn't exactly pay a whole lot. But this is definitely a good hobby to have, and as you can see, and I do plan on possibly opening up a store, or online or something like that, or going to a couple like craft shows maybe down the road, but we'll just see where this goes. But something as obscure as this as a career is probably not such a good idea for me at the time. Having made these items, I have ended up making lots of people happy, and have also created the possibility of me selling online at some point. Now, there is creativity in everyone, but what you need to do is exercise that creativity in order to turn that creativity into an inspiration.